Ladies and gentlemen, my name is ChromeDrake and welcome back to our Let's Play of Thea, the Awakening. So where did we leave it last time? I seem to remember that we had a party member who was injured in fearsome combat, and then we came back to town to try and preserve her life, and hopefully that's going at the moment quite well. When we got back to town, however, I almost completely forgot that we actually did pick up, I'm on the wrong tab here, if we go to our inventory, we did pick up rather a lot of stuff that really our expedition can't use, but our town certainly can. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to be transferring everything. I don't know if there's a hotkey. Shift. Oh, you can shift click. Well, that's excellent. I do like that. That's a nifty feature. We'll probably be chunking over that juicy meat there. We've got some herbs. Apparently got some straw that they were burning. That's not a wonderful thing to do. And some vine. So that's good. We also seem to have a couple of shields that nobody has equipped, and a silky vest. I can't remember when we picked these up, and we've also got another shield here, so we've got 3 shields, because this ribcage actually does count as one. So let's have a look at our expedition and see what we can re-equip. And what have I made here? It has been a little while since I carried this on, which is unfortunate. A big hammer does 8 damage. Big hammer, eh? So I'm just kind of refamiliarising myself. Perhaps I should have done that a little bit sooner rather than later. So we're currently crafting, what are we crafting? We're currently crafting some gathering gear. That'll be done in 2 turns. And if I'm correct, we should have plenty of, well, we've got a fair few supplies in the town anyway. Yeah, our gathering's a bit slower than we'd like. Okay, so let's re-equip our expedition. Who have we got in? Are you your armour? You got 34, so you're very, very beefy with your armour. Only 12 and 14 here. I think Iveta... Ooh. Now, Iveta actually does blunt damage. She's actually got a stone warhammer. And one thing I missed, and I did loot an item the other day that had the blunt property, but basically it's very, very good because you don't waste damage. So I'm actually going to give her the silken vest, which takes her armour up to 19. Which will be very, very handy indeed. We've got some shields. She's not going to benefit from those, I don't think. Is this a one-handed arm? Armoured arm. I'm not entirely sure. Can we equip you with a shield? No. Okay, so that armoured arm... it is actually two-handed. It does say right there, that it's two-handed. That's absolutely fine. Have we got a better shield than this? And that's for... armor and 7 shielding. Yeah, I think we'll give this to you here, to Dobrogost. And that's these guys pretty well equipped. Now, we've only got 5 turns of food with our expedition, I believe. I need to go back in now. No, I don't. I need to go to the inventory. Right, so we don't have anything for these guys to burn. And we are on turn 5. So, this is what I've actually worked out. I've been toying around on another save with this, just to have a little look ahead, because I really wanted to play some Thea, and unfortunately I wasn't in a location where I could record for you guys, so much is the pity. I've actually found out that there is a day-night cycle in this game, which I knew, but it's actually 9 turns of day and 9 turns of night. The difference being that in the day you have a much wider visibility. You can see more around yourself, and during the night, obviously that's very much diminished, and monsters are much more likely to come and actively attack your expedition or your town. So I think if we just give these guys maybe 5 wood, and I will stop mucking around in just a moment, so we give 5 wood to Expedition 1, and that leaves us with 13. And these guys can hopefully go back out into the wilds. Iveta's still healing. But that's fine, and then we can get a bit more exploration done. That would be great. There we go. We got more coal. So, and this is what I was thinking. I was thinking that if we actually get to a point, you can see here it's getting dark. If we get to a point where we get to night time, and it's a case of, well, we can't really explore much. Then, another spider's nest here. We might just, in fact, let's go and fight this thing. We're going to bait them, because I don't want to get my unit in trouble. And we shall see what we have here. Now, this all looks fine. So we're doing a combat challenge, and this combat challenge is effectively us trying to beat... Well, we're trying to brew poison. We're trying not to poison ourselves in the process. And the ideal thing about this particular combat challenge is... Right, I might just put her down because she's got a lot of shielding, but she doesn't have a... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But the thing is, even if I lose this, well, I can still take damage if I fail the overall challenge, but nobody is going to get hit during the challenge and outright die, which they could do otherwise. So, anyway, we shall see what happens here. We just got a load of counter tactics and get closer, get closer. To be honest, may as well get closer with these guys, just in case, but it's fine. She is going to get hurt, but hopefully this guy will be dead come the next turn. And even if she is wiped out of this challenge, it shouldn't be too bad. In fact, she is going to be here, but like I say, Luba... No harm, no foul, because we actually won this challenge. It wasn't combat, it was just us trying to be clever. And we were, so we got 3 silk, and we probably got some XP and some research. So, not too bad, all things considered. Oh, that's interesting. Another treasure chest has popped up there? Curious. Anyway, on this turn, we have just crafted some gathering gear, which is excellent. So, what do we have in Ostoya's inventory? We're getting plenty of food at the minute. We're going to be short of wood. Wood's going to be quite a key crafting ingredient, so I think we're probably going to swap things around. But we will give Zadar a gathering basket if he can carry it, which of course he can. He's actually quite a beefy bloke, so that's fine. So that's +3 gathering, so he'll be gathering, or he should now be gathering, well, we'll see it in a minute, 60 wood a turn, so he'll be getting 7 wood every single turn, which is what we want. That's great. Yeah, and we do want to craft some more. We actually have enough materials for tools as well. And clothes. Now here's the question, do we want armor? Do we want to cook some more food up? I mean, do we want to construct... Well, we can't construct the pasture yet. What are we missing? We're missing a lot of wood. Okay. See, more gathering tools would be great, because then we can actually go out and just, you know, gather resources at night in a full expedition and get something nice and rare for our people. But I think we'll prepare for nighttime, you know, and we will... yeah, we could also do with the crafting tools, couldn't we? Let's have a little look. Let's have a look at what we could do with these. 72, we'll get that in 2 turns. You know what? Yeah, let's get some crafting tools for Thomas Lava. That's definitely going to be necessary. And the space bar, incidentally, I didn't realise this at first, actually cycles between your active towns and expeditions, which is very good to know. What on earth are those? It is, I don't know, but it's some sort of snakes. That's interesting. Okay. Who are wandering perilously close towards Ostoya. And let's just check out Iveta. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't want her on the front lines anyway. But she's got 18 armor now, so that seems pretty good. We shall take down these snakes, and we are going to fight eye to eye with these warp snakes. And we're going to reshuffle... Are we going to reshuffle that starting hand? Yes, we... Of course, I haven't given her any shielding. I've given her armor? No. Okay, how the hell does armor work? I've clearly missed something. And we've got exactly the same hand that we just had to start with. Excellent. Well, who's going first? The opponent is... Right. Right. That's not so excellent. So we have got a bit of poison coming out here. And you're going to do 16 damage in a turn. Okie dokie. So I actually am going to want... Now we can confuse. This is also true. Confuse that snaky there. And we are going to want you to get closer. We're going to need the extra little firepower, I believe. And then these snakes are going to come out confused, and that's fine. Of course, I've just confused the snake, so now I can do what I wanted to do. So, I'm going to put her at the beginning. I'm going to give her the first action, because she's going to deal a hideous amount of damage where she is, and then this last snake will come out. Hopefully, it won't bump something to the front, which it didn't. That's fine, and we'll also bring out Dobrogost, and the battle's a good one at this point. because she will whack this snake with a hammer. 6 damage will carry over. And Dobrogos took the snake next to him, and she's pretty much wiped out both the remaining snakes by herself. That is the power of having the hammer. Now, of course, she doesn't have a lot of shielding, but if you can put her correctly in the initiative order, then you can still, you know, seriously roll with it, and that's a good thing. So, Astoya, I believe now is turn right. Turn 9 is. Oh, so this is the daytime track, so I'm not entirely sure. And it looks like we're still going down for sunset here, or into twilight, so I think we're still in the evening. Now, we have a crafting point to spend, and what I really would like is some better light armors. So I'm going to go ahead and open this little crafting tree, and we'll see what we can craft shortly. Now, let's go back to Astoya. Right, we have actually created some tools, which I'm going to equip to Tomislava. Unfortunately, Tomislava is also wielding some pretty hefty weaponry. A big training sword, so... Now we got Cadfan, who seems to be quite a powerful warrior. So I think we're going to be risky. We're going to unequip the sword from Tomislava, and we're going to give her the crafting tools. There we go. So, oh. Hang on a moment. Really? Were those crafting tools really so poor? Is that a random chance? Hang on. Let's just have a little look at this, shall we? Oh. So that only gives you 10 extra crafting. Now, I'm sure I had a game not too long ago which gave you considerably more than that, so... Is it the materials I'm using? Is that the problem? It could be. Well, no matter. It's a small leg up, so we will live with that for now. Not the best. So what we're going to do with nighttime? Night is coming, so we are going to produce. What can we do with light armors? Okay, so let's just say let's do this and this and some of this. What do we get? Smith's apron, good for smithing. Yes, becomes in handy when a beast tries to bite you as well. 6 armor and 1 dexterity. Not too bad. Not amazing. Not great. We could really do with a source of twine. We do have some bones, but not as many as I'd like. So I think for now, what we're going to do then is focus on cooking some meals. Is what we want. What do we have in our supplies? Alright, we don't want to burn the straw. Jerky and okay. Right, so we'll go to production. We'll get a couple of turns. I know what I'm doing. I'm clicking on menus randomly. That is clearly my plan today. We'll get a couple of turns of. I believe this pretty much makes a meat stew, and you can see here that I might go and get some coal because it's a more efficient fuel source. I don't know. We might go and do that, and I will do this. And can I set how many turns it goes for? I can. Well, that's excellent. All right. In fact, I could even set it for 4 turns. Yeah, that's an interesting. Oh, I like that. See, look at this. I set it to 5 turns. No rubbish. Okay, I thought it was actually automatically updating the amount of food I was going to get, but it doesn't. So never mind. We'll do that for 2 turns. Then we might just switch back to jerky to make sure we keep the variety. And these guys have had them. No, they have actually got some movements. And I do want to bring them home. Yeah, we'll start to bring these guys home because they haven't got much left to burn. And what's this over here? Exotic fruit. Fascinating. We got string down there as well, of course. Well, we might have to go for that very shortly. So I'll bring these guys back. Now, if we look in this group here, if we look in Expedition 1, I don't think we've got anybody with gathering apart from Bartosz. In fact, Dobrysalka is actually a very good... Well, is a decent crafter by our standards. But I think what we're going to do then is we're going to return the medic. Now, is there an easy way to do this without Can we return an individual character from Expedition 1? How do we do that? Is there an easy way? I would like to know. Or do we have to create a new expedition from Bartosz? That's fine. So, Expedition 2... Yes, okay, that's a bit fiddly. I'm sure there must be a somewhat better way to actually do that. That does seem a little off. Okay, and this is Expedition... Huh. Am I missing something here, guys? If you play more Thea than me, it would be I'd be very grateful if you'd let me know at this point. So, who is currently gathering wood? That would be this fella here. Oh, I've given the basket to the wrong person. Right. Okay, that's fine. We've got plenty of food for now. So, or do we? Right, we'll just swap these guys around. There we go. And so who are you? You are Nistoi, so I'm going to want you in my expedition, but how do I manage this then? Okay, that makes sense. Huh. Well, I could just have them rejoin the town, but that seems a bit convoluted to me. Fortunately, I can pretty much remember who we had in the party, so that's not too bad. Whatever. That works. So we'll create this expedition. We want to manage our inventory. Oh. Okay. Create that expedition. You know, I had this just the other day, and now it's all going to pot. All going to pot. Expedition 1, here we are, that's what I was looking for. Hooray. Okay. So, we got meat stew, that's not enough by far. We'll give you some nice tasty vegetables. If we give you 60 of those, there we go. We're getting food every turn, so we should be okay. So that's enough for 10 turns, that's enough for 11 turns. In fact, I don't even need to give them that many vegetables, so we'll just go with that for now, and we shall continue. So, from Ostoya, what do we want to gather? Do we want to gather coal? Do we want to gather exotic fruit? I think the extra source of fuel might be very good, actually, so I think that's what we're going to do. And I actually just realised I'm doing very well today, guys. I apologise about this. Look at this! I've not even got the bloody expedition up anymore. Okay. Oh, boy. This is going so well. Right. Nistoi, Dobrogost, Iveta, and Luba. Yes, I have, haven't I? Oh, good God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm behaving like a total incompetent because I no idea what I'm doing. Clearly, it's not. I mean, because if it's flashing up a warning, one would assume that there was a way to do it before you've created the expedition, right? One would think that, but apparently I'm completely and utterly incorrect. We're just going to give you 10 turns of wood as well. Okay, that's fine. Now then, am I still producing wood? No, and we kind of need to be producing both. So 1 turn of wood and another turn of food. That is how we're going to swing this one. And in fact, Bartosz, you can continue to get the wood, the food, and there we go. Right, great. Hey, we're getting there. Bloody hell, that was a bit convoluted. That was a bit convoluted. Expedition 1. Let's get you moving. Okay.
Yes, wonderful. You made your first batch of prepared food.
Ah, yes.
No longer are you a mere scavenger. Now you can cook. Crafted foods are more efficient.
I could cook anyway, but little does he know.
You may want to take them when you're out exploring, as they are lighter to carry. So now I have a harder task for you. Build me a building in your village. Any building will do. Good luck.
And he's given me some malachite and some granite. So malachite is basically used to, think Diablo, it's used to slot into weapons and, you know, give bonuses. And some granite for building, one would assume. Excellent stuff. So let's go over to this coal. And let's make camp. And wow, it takes 280 turns to gather 16 coal. Now, I didn't know this about the resources, that they were quite so... What's the word? Yeah, I didn't realise they were quite so tough to gather, so... The coal is better in crafting, because you only need one of it. But for now, we're only burning wood anyway, so this has actually been a slightly pointless endeavour. Oh well, we have to live and learn. This is a roguelike after all, so we are going to just keep gathering wood for now. God damn. Alright, Anastoya, let's see what's happening. You're gaining food this turn. You've already gained some wood. Can we speed you up? How much wood have you got in your inventory? 10 turns worth. That's fine, so we'll just gather wood outside the town. Yep, that's really stupid. It's really dumb of me. But never mind. Tomislava needs to do something. We shall craft... some more gathering tools, I think. We just happen to have 4 straw. We know we can get more twine, more string if we want it, and the precious wood supply is running low. But we'll sort that out as and when we get there. So you could start that one. It's only going to take 1 turn to get those crafting, to get that basket woven. It is time for the Night of the Goat. A feast in honor and a feast in honor and reverence of the ancestors and forefathers, the so-called Zyodi. Great, let's begin the celebrations. You set a table with food and drink, set bonfires in a circle, and begin the festivities. But this night, the Zyodi actually appear before you. One, an elder bearded man, speaks with a heavy, coarse voice. You have done us proud, grandchildren. Now we shall cleanse you of any curses you carry. And if your souls are ever burdened by the filth of dark magic, come to a city we once called home. Seek us out, and if you prove yourselves worthy, you may be cleansed once more. The Zyodi all nod in agreement, and then disappear. And Bartosz has 2 folklore. Interesting. Wonderful. If we are ever cursed, we shall seek out this city. And that's given us XP, so people are leveled up. So in our expedition, we got health, dexterity, a bit of strength, and some tactics. Tactics are always good. And back home... Tomislav has actually gained stealth. Zadar has gained a crafting ability. Bartosz has gained sturdiness. I'm not sure what that does. And Katvan's gained 2 strength. So clearly, the good fellow has been training for quite some time. I'm wondering if we do want people to do any of this stuff. I mean, but it's not exactly going to go quickly, even with everybody gathering. 22 turns, there's really no point. Now, I could if I was really smart about it, which apparently I'm not. Just do this for the time being. That's perfectly fine. Now then, what's going on back in town? We should have just created our baskets. Zadar, we're going to equip you with that. And that has increased the gathering only by 1 again. I'm not entirely sure how this is working at all. We shall just roll with it and see what happens. And how much food and wood have we got? 4 wood, fair bit of food. So we're going to just let them keep doing stuff with food for the next couple of turns. And in fact, while we're at it, nope, didn't want to make clothes. I wanted cooked meals, ladies and gentlemen. We'll make some more jerky, and then we'll start collecting some wood on the next turn. Okay, and we'll just quickly go and get that sorted out as well. So we want you over here collecting wood. In fact, we could do with everybody collecting wood. We can't have everybody collecting wood. Shame! We'll get that sorted in 2 turns. It'll be absolutely fine, I'm sure. It's alright, you've now got food. And it looks like the day has dawned. So we shall pack up our camp. Get these guys back to town. I'm sure, to be perfectly honest, I feel like what I just did was totally and utterly wasted. So, fantastic episode, guys. I hope you'll agree. You know, I thought I knew how this game was going a little better than I apparently did. So, for that, I apologise, but hey, one of those things right now. So, while we've got everybody back in the village, let's get everybody back on their production. We'll get Nistoy. Now, I'm going to want him on food for a bit. And you on wood by yourself will be fine for the time being. So we're going to recreate our old expedition and head out once more. But now we are actually able to construct the pasture. As you can see here, we've got plenty of materials to do so. Now, let me just... Does it actually say what the pasture does? I can't remember if there was a tooltip that pops up. Maybe we need to get the materials in here first. So let's do that, shall we? So we need 25 wood, we need 25 veg, and we need 2 iron. So rearing your own animals means your people will not need to hunt so often. Grants meat each turn. So... +2 attract humans. So we gain a chance to attract humans to join our village, which is great. And every turn we add +1 food. So after 25 turns, this will have broken even. Pretty much, give or take. And the ability to attract humans is great, because the more humans we have, the more stuff we can actually get done, ultimately. So I'm actually going to get that underway, and we're going to get her there. It's going to take 6 turns to build, and while we're doing that, we'll get the expedition back. We'll get the old team back together. Head out into the world and see what we can see. That is what we're going to do. So we're going to need to create this expedition. Like I say, you've not added any food to the expedition's inventory. But the thing is, I've added food to the inventory before, and it's not actually stayed in their inventory, so I'm really not entirely certain how this is working, if I'm perfectly honest. So we can't go out for long. We are going to need to find a source of food while we're out here. So we'll give them this, and we'll just give them 18. So we're not going to be going very far on this lot. I think we've got enough food for 6 days, and they're going to need some wood as well. Let's give them 6 wood, that's fine. And by the time they come back, there should be plenty of food on the table for them. So let's get on with our expedition. And we've got a lot of sort of enemy nests around us again. I should really go and explore this way, if I'm perfectly honest. Ooh. A small group of travellers passes by your village. You exchange basic supplies and talk. Because of your kindness, they tell you of a herbalist living in a solitary hut out in the wilderness. They say she can cure any poison and even heal wounds, for a price, of course. They give you a map to the herbalist's hut and depart on their journey. Great, worth checking out if we're ever wounded or poisoned. I quite agree. So, here's the Zyode. So this is the town where we can go to maybe remove our curses, and here's the herbalist's hut. So we might just wander around in that general direction and see what we can see here too. Some old ruins? You open one of the buildings, a strange-looking stone and metal built affair, and you hear a clunking noise, then a blunt thud. Before you're able to do anything, you see a skeleton charging your way. This sounds very, very familiar. I'm sure we've done this before. And we have a pretty serious team, apart from Trebasalka. Don't really want her up front, but we will work with what we've got, I think. Right, that is a pretty serious Skelly Bob that they are throwing down in front of us there. Okay, so what have we got? We're going to need to take care of this quickly. Unfortunately, I'm just shy of the amount of damage I need to do to kill it. How irritating. And it's going to deal 19 damage, so I'm going to put, just in case, I'm going to put Psychus Lava out front first. And apparently it's the Skelly Bob's turns again. I don't know quite how the initiative is worked out in this game. It's a curious thing that I've not really understood yet. So we're going to get closer with... it's a shame that she's confused, actually. Right. I feel like Luba needs a bit of extra HP to be really useful. No, it's only doing 3 damage, though. So I don't want to put her out. We will, however, put out this fella here, Drobogost, to hopefully have a bit of defense against these 2 creatures, who are going to, of course, be attacking on the first turn. But it's not too bad. It's really not too bad at all. So we'll just get this rat confused. And that's pretty much our combat. This is our preparation over. So let's get down to the brass tacks, shall we? Let's get down to the fight. Oops. After I've clicked the end turn button. That's excellent. You killed both the rats that were confused. I feel like that went perfectly. A heavy wound has been dealt to Psychoslava. The Skellybob is, however, dead, and they just have one rat left in the running. So it doesn't really matter what we go with. We'll just play. We'll just play at this point. Let's put you out. Let's confuse the rat. Job's a good one. No extra damage coming our way. No problem. So what do we have? We have a round shield. Armor 2, we'll recycle that. We have a leather jerkin, which we're definitely going to be equipping to somebody. We have some sandstone, so a lot more meat, and some steel. Ooh, wow. And of course a few wounds to Psychoslava, but she'll be fine. Okay, interesting. So let's see if we can go to these guys' equipment. Yes, I've just remembered that hotkey E is actually the equipment screen. Hooray. So Luba, can you equip this? Have you got enough strength? Of course you have, Luba. So that's really going to buff her up. So let's read exactly what armor does. Armor is the primary defense skill for fight challenges. It is a combination of health and equipment bonuses. Right, fair enough. That is pretty much what I wanted to know. So it's your maximum health plus your armor equals whatever your HP is in combat, if that makes sense. It does to me anyway. No problems there. Let's keep going. We may as well just keep fighting. And I've also been told, incidentally, and do I want to re-roll this? I feel like I kind of do. That was the right choice, I think. I've been told, incidentally, that the actual auto-resolve of this game, if anybody's interested, if anybody doesn't really like the turn-based, card-based aspect of this, I have been informed that the auto-resolve is very fair. It's actually one of the most fair that people have come across lately. I think the most fair I've come across is probably Sorcerer King. You know, that seems to do it very well, but that's a very abstract formula. It's like in a game like Age of Wonders, the auto-resolve seems to try and simulate the fight, and it doesn't always do it very well, because it doesn't really do it in the way I would expect it to. Though, having said that, there have been times as well, in Age of Wonders, where I've certainly felt that the AI did remarkably well, considering what it was up against, and I've just been sat there thinking, not entirely sure about this. We will get closer. Is it Luba that I armoured? Yes, it is. So 23. So yeah, that's very good. I like it. And of course the shield. So the shield acts as temporary HP. The armour is your overall regular HP when you get into combat, which works out as far as I'm concerned. So you discarded my useless dude. That's perfectly fine. Let's make sure she doesn't get injured by the last spider coming. I don't mind if she takes a small hit, that's fine. Luba now has the armor to be able to take it. However, she's going to smash through 2 spiders straight off the bat. So we've only got this one left. Does 4 damage, doesn't even get to the shield, is now dead on this combat phase. Psychoslava just strikes the finishing blow, and yep, Iveta kills the final spider in their discard pile. So spiders really only seem to be good for spider silk. That's interesting, now that I know. So, spider nests are good to kill, but not the best, perhaps. Now, who is not doing anything? Cadfan. Yeah, it's true. I may as well put Cadfan on some sort of duty. It is a fair point. Oh, yes, we didn't actually finish the jerky, did we? Well, that's fine, because she's currently constructing the past drive. I've no problem with this. That's no issue to me. Okay, let's continue going then. I'm tempted to explore Zyode, but I feel like that might be a bit of a waste. Let's go and see what the Herbalist Hut has to offer. And we do have... Oh, that's interesting. Oh no, fair enough. I thought we moved into the Fog of War, encountered the Rat Pack, and fought it. However, that's not true. A figure of a beautiful woman adorned in flowers and leaves appears before you as a daydream. A sweet smell of spring flowers and young lambs follows her, and everywhere she steps, the grass grows greener. And yet, as her foot lifts again, anything that lived withers. Her eyes are filled with sorrow. Hello, my lady. Are you okay? I seek not to do you harm, a human... Oh, hang on. I seek not to do you harm, a human child. I am but a lost god, fallen, stripped of my power to give life and robbed of my people, tainted forever by this rotting disease that is the darkness. Zivio was my name. But fear not, my curse is my own, and whatever vile force set it upon me, it cannot command me to do harm to another. Right, so what are you doing here? I mean, let's face it, we're a god as well, so I figure, hey, it's not too weird to find a fallen god wandering around, right? I once was what you may call a god, but am no more. For what is a god, if not a creature who serves its children? But I have none. I betrayed the light, and now I must serve penance. But now let us speak of your wounds, children. Penance? For what exactly? I don't know, she was a god. And let's face it, gods do have an agenda, and I'm sure that gods get very annoyed if you sidetrack them with the name conversation. So I am a bit leery, especially considering it was a 2-skull challenge. That could hurt a hell of a lot if we go into combat with this sort of Sylvan type goddess. Let's talk about our wounds then. Let's do what she wants for now. I cannot offer to heal you as I once could, yet I can offer you a gamble. As part of the curse, my healing touch now carries the risk of a curse, so you have 2 roads to take if you wish to play. 1, I shall heal you, but you will likely become cursed. Or 2, if you have those who meddle with the magic arts, they can attempt to guard against the taint, but beware. If they fail, the price may be high. Pray understand, I do this not out of joy, but only to offer help such as I can. Now, we don't have those that are good with the magical arts, but we have actually encountered her right outside Zyode, but we don't really have any wounds either. I don't know, I think we'd rather not try at all. A wise choice, I suppose. I do wish I could help more, but alas, I must keep walking. Be well, my friends. Well, that was an interesting little sort of vignette, really. Can't complain about that too much. Let's kill off these hulking rats. We've got a pretty good lineup there. I'm not going to be too annoyed with this one. What do we have here? Let's see. This is Leech. Leeching damage causes the attacker to gain that much life. It's effectively vampirism. That's no problem. I can live with that. So we got 1 card to play. We'll play Dobrogost because he's going to get he's going to get bitten a few times. And then we will also deal... Oh no, we can't. Okay, we need the rats to go first. That's fine. Alright, let's play Luba. Okay, now then, let's get Luba front and center. Let's confuse that little rat there. And I feel like I want to get closer, but if I do that, then she's going to take a heck of a lot of a beating to the face. So we're only going to kill 2 rats in this combat. Sorry, 4 rats in this combat, beg your pardon. You could have attacked that one. You could have attacked that one, dude. We're only going to kill 4 rats, but that's fine. We'll just do a very quick auto-resolve phase. And if we can do auto-resolve, I'm not sure we can do an auto-resolve. Oh, whatever. Fair enough. It matters not. It matters not. It's fine. We'll just get you to attack first. You know, a bit of variety. We could have confused the rat, but I think getting it to attack first, why on earth not? And let's see what we have earned. So, some leather and a bit of meat. Not a huge amount of stuff, but something. It's something. We'll go over here. We will... Stoya still going. Looks like we're coming up to midday, so we're sort of mid-morning at the moment, I would estimate. Let's see what we can find. You search the abandoned abodes and open some old dusty cellar. As the heavy doors crack, you are swarmed by some crazed bats. Rabies! Wow, that's a lot of stuff. So I hope we've actually got Hammer Girl in our party here. We haven't. Curses, but that's a really strong lineup. Curses! Oh well, we'll just have to see how we go. I've been neglecting a cup of tea. That does not seem correct at all. Now, we are actually going to get closer with this girl here. And then, up front, we are going to put Luba. And that should ward off any damage, unless they get some bats to go do something crazy and go first. Okay. Yeah, whatever. We'll just play Psychoslava and we'll play Dobrogost. This is looking like a pretty overwhelming front line at the moment. First action seems a bit pointless. We'll just, I don't know. We'll just give a bit of extra defense. I have no problem doing this. Yeah, it's fine. Play out your turn and let's get this over with. I do quite like this combat system. It feels pleasant. It feels meaty enough that I've got some choice. I need to play my cards in the right order to not get beaten over the face, right? That's what I like about it, and it's fairly quick too. I mean, I probably at this point I'm debating speeding up the animations. There is an option to do that somewhere, and we'll probably do that for the next episode, which we're coming up to fairly shortly. Though, like I said, I had that mess around, and I thought that for prosperity's sake, some nice stuff. For prosperity's sake, that mess around was worth keeping in the video. You guys may not agree, but you know, it shows you the little struggle I had, I think, and I think that's fair. What have we got here? We actually got a hunting zone. So I wonder how long it would actually take to gather meat from a zone like that, so I'm actually going to go and investigate. We seem to have a... oh, hello. We've got the undead rampaging. Some bone would actually be quite nice. But let's just have a little look at this. Oh, and we've also got some... oh, yeah, no. There we go. We've also got some bird meat down there as well. So we've actually got a lot of meat and fruits in this area. So let's just... can we right-click it? No, so we've actually pretty much... if I can, we've got to make camp to see how long that's going to take to gather. So the meat will take 80 turns. For 16, which isn't bad. So in other words, it's 60 work for 14 veg, or 80 work for 16 meat. Huh, okay, well now we know. That's worth knowing. Let's see if we can cut off those skelly bobs. So we're going to probably have one last encounter with these skelly bobs, get some bone, and then we'll call it there, I think, for this episode. We're very much still in the early game. I can imagine it getting quite interesting later on. Not that it isn't interesting now, of course. Yeah, this is fine. I'm happy. Unless we get a really big undead again, which, oh look, it's a really big undead again. Oh, shit. Okay, fine. However, it is only level 1, so it's actually very easy to confuse. Okay, right, we can still work with this. So we're gonna give her the first action. But yeah, like I said, I kept that struggling for prosperity, and I've just lost the ability to confuse it. Oh, you see, now I've just played my cards. Right now, I've played them in the wrong order. So she's going to live, but she's going to get hurt in the process. That's a real shame. Can I shield her? Yes, I think that's probably the wisest thing to do just at the moment. So basically, Confuse works on the last unit in the initiative order that is an enemy. So as soon as this broken skeleton was played, I lost the opportunity to confuse the unliving corpse. C'est la vie. Now then, so we're probably going to be able to take care of... yeah, okay, we'll get closer. We'll just make sure that we wipe all of these enemies out, I think. Ouch. Yeah, to be honest, the damage would have hurt when that poison would start to come in. But now we're in a decent position to really sort these guys out, I think. Who's he going to fall? Right, so they do attack the most damaged, the most injured person on the table. I need to remember that in future. Really? 1 health left? Okay, whatever. Luba, get out there and do your bit. No problem. So that should be a few bones. Only 1 bone. Oh, and we've also got another buckler. Well, fair enough. Armor 4 and shielding 7. That seems a bit better than some of the shields we've already got. 7 iron and dartwood. That would probably be why. Okay then, let's just have a little look at this. Actually, what's your strength now? Could you actually equip a buckler if it was in our possession? 110. Not quite. You'd be 5 points off. Really? Really? Yeah, 4 and 7. And oh, hang on. You could equip that. 4 and 7. Well, we'll keep that shield around. I'm sure that will actually be very useful at some point. So, Iron Mask. I mean, that only gives one shielding property, so it doesn't actually give us any advantage in the... it doesn't seem to give us any advantage in social checks, so why not... you can't change equipment during an event. That's fair enough, so... But why not, then, just unequip this mask and equip this shield, and that gives you 10 armor and 7 shielding. I mean, surely that's better. I mean, I still want to put you on the front line, but still. Oh, well. Alright, let's finish our movement. We've still got... we are on turn 20. It looks like we're coming up to midday. We shall move over here, see what we can see, explore a little further this way. Maybe deal with the wolf flare soon as well. But yeah, guys, so this has been episode 2. I'm sorry it was a bit fumbly. I will stop apologising soon. It's one of my things. I apologise a lot. People could tell you this. However, we seem to be making progress. We've learned a bit more about the game. It seems to be a bit of a fiddle if you want to swap people around in an expedition. Don't know quite why that's so difficult. Maybe that'll be changed in the future. If we look in Ostoya, we actually do have our pasture coming next turn, so that'll be very good. And then we can craft some other arms and armour and whatnot that'll make exploring the world a whole lot easier, and some more baskets and get our gathering skills up. It's all coming along, guys. It is all coming along. So, if you enjoyed the second part of this series, please be sure to leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, good or bad, I'd like to read them both. You know, constructive criticism is always good. Remember to subscribe if you're of a mind to do so. So, my name's been ChromeDrake. Great health, good gaming, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Thea the Awakening. Goodbye for now.